Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is on, right? Welcome, welcome, welcome to you here in the sanctuary, out there on the holy interwebs. I'm so glad you are here, and I'm so glad that every so often we can take a time to just celebrate that which we do here together. We all know how to get down and dirty, roll up our sleeves and work, and we're not so good at celebrating. And I think that that's such an important part of life and joy, right? So I'll keep my talk very short because I know we still have the annual meeting and coffee must happen before. And soup. Yes, there's soup as well. So yes, I'll definitely keep my talk short. There's a passage in the Mishnah, which is Jewish wisdom, tradition and writings. There's a passage in the Mishnah, and it goes something like this: May you be covered by the dust of your rabbi. May you be covered by the dust of your rabbi. And here are these new members who are joining us, and that is my wish to you. May you be covered by the dust of your rabbi. And to all of you who have joined long ago, or some of you who are thinking about joining. And what does this really mean? Back in the day, the rabbis would have disciples and students, and they would study, these students would study with the rabbi, and often they would do this studying while they would go on long walks. It was just easier and nicer. And the rabbi would teach, the rabbi would speak. So in order to hear the rabbi, they had to walk close to the rabbi. And back in the day, pavement did not exist, so the rabbi would kick up dust. And then the closer you were to the rabbi, the more dust you would have upon yourself, meaning you stayed close to the teaching. Stay close to the teachings of Judaism. And it's not because I tell you so. It is not because we wish to indoctrinate here people, because we wish to create people who think alike, but because these teachings are doing the exact opposite. They tell us we don't need to think alike to love alike. They tell us you can be who you are and you can bring that here, and it is safe. Here you belong. You belong regardless of how you show up, regardless of your belief systems. Here you can come as long as you come in love, as long as you come in kindness, as long as you share some values and some principles with the rest of us. Here you belong. Yesterday, I officiated at a wedding, and which is why I missed Pride. And the father of the groom sat down next to me afterwards and asked, "So tell me about your congregation." And some of the things that I told them was that, you know what I love about us? That when we walk through these doors, we don't have to hang our intellect at the door. We don't have to check it. We also don't have to check our hearts at the door. Like, it's all welcome. And I love what Justin said, that here you are encouraged to be vulnerable and you're celebrated for it instead of being shamed. And there is a tendency out there in the world to make vulnerability to be a weakness, when in fact, it's one of the most incredible strengths that a human being can ever muster. So there is a belonging here that feels so good, feels so safe. And then when that need of safety is met, but I don't have to brace myself coming here, who's going to look at me funny, who's going to say something sideways. When that feeling of safety is met, then there's an openness and a possibility to go beyond, to open the mind, to allow for different possibilities, to pay attention to the larger world within and without. Growth is possible. One of the basic needs that human beings have is belonging. It was Terry who said that, right? That you found here that sense of belonging. And that warmed my heart. That warmed my heart because that means that we indeed live on purpose here. That indeed here we walk the talk. If you feel like you belong, then we don't need to add words to anything. Then we're doing. Then we've integrated all the principles, all the values. That is the greatest confirmation that this heart can receive. So, this is our little community where we can belong with each other. And then in here, we don't need to fight for our own survival. We don't need to fight for our own acknowledgement. Here we are being seen. And because of that, we have energy and inspiration to go out there and leave our mark on the world as well. We are able to engage in the work of social justice. We are able to lend a helping hand to the needy ones because we are taken care of in here. That's the community that we are. This is what I told them. And he said, you know, I also go to a UU church, the father of the groom said. And I had to give a talk not too long ago, as we tend to have to give a talk in UU churches. And I said the same thing. That it's wonderful to be able to walk through those doors as a whole and full person and be accepted that way. There's not a certain way you have to act here, other than kind, compassionate, respectful. But, you know, you don't have to use a specific language. You don't have to ever pretend. It's an authentic community. And for that, I am grateful. I am grateful that we have this dust upon us, all of us. So may you stay close to the teachings. And may you stay close to the teachings in here. And then when you walk out there, keep on learning, studying, and bring that back in here. And in here, we shape one another. So you new members, you have already found a community in here that's been shaped. And just know that you are also shaping us. We may leave a mark on you, but make no mistake, you are shaping us just as much as we might ever shape you. And that is how it ought to be. So for every single one of you, I have deep, deep gratitude for walking the talk, for making it easy to belong, regardless of who we are, for loving, for serving, and for showing up time and time again. So for that, I thank you, and I thank you, I thank you, and hey, I thank you out there on the holy interwebs. And so it is.